Okay, ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters!
There's not many people in the music world that can say they've been in two of the biggest and most successful rock bands of all time, but Dave Grohl can do exactly that.
Yo, what's up?
First off, dominating the 90s with Nirvana.
The guy from Nirvana.
He's the guy from Nirvana?
And releasing one of the biggest rock albums of all time, whilst later going on to form Foo Fighters, that even 30 years later are still one of the biggest rock bands in the world. Releasing 11 full-length studio albums with massive songs like The Pretender, Best of You, All My Life, Times Like These, and many more. To say they've had a successful run is kind of an understatement, but let's look back at their beginnings.
Girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up?
In 1995, Dave would have released the self-titled Foo Fighters album, with great songs like This Is a Call and Big Me.
When I talked about it, carries on.
Releasing it almost anonymously to see how the music world would react to the album. After the initial success, Dave went back into the studio with band members Pat Smear and Nate Mendel to record their follow-up album, The Colour and the Shape.
This was a very difficult album to make.
With huge songs like Monkey Wrench
Don't wanna be a monkey wrench.
and My Hero.
There goes my hero.
Today, we're going to look at one of their biggest songs that has stood the test of time and is their most popular song all these years later.
Hello, I've waited here for you.
We're going to see how they recorded the song, what makes it so great and stand out after all this time, creating fans from multiple generations, from its amazing Grohl-fueled drum parts, classic punk-inspired bass tones, and thick boy guitar parts. Let's dive right into it. The song opens with one of the most memorable guitar parts of all time. A simple drop D chord progression grabs the listener instantly with its unique tone and chord voicings. This very guitar part was played on Dave's Gibson RD through a blonde Fender Tone Master head and boogie cab, turning the guitar down to get the clean sound. To get that lo-fi sound, a very unusual microphone was used to record this part, an static JT40, which gives the guitar intro its instantly recognisable sound. Production-wise, the rest of the song is quite simple. Powerful classic rock production works perfectly here and lets all the instruments shine apart from each other. If we take a look at the drums, Dave Grohl actually laid down the drums on this song. Not a surprise given his Nirvana background, but also because Taylor Hawkins hadn't even joined the band at the time of recording.
What's it like to be that close to Taylor's balls?
Laying down the metronomic-like timing Grohl is known for, as well as laying down 16 notes on the hi-hat at a fast tempo, showing just what a beast he is. Equipment-wise, he used a Gretsch kit with a 22-inch kick and the famous Terminator snare, one of the most well-known and well-recorded snare drums in rock history, used by Dave on Nevermind, this album, by Red Hot Chili Peppers, to name a few. So much of the iconic sound of this drum part is due to the Tama bell brass snare. If we look at the bass, Nate Mendel laid down the great bass playing on this track. Nate loves a good P bass, and that's exactly what he used on this song, running into an Ampeg SVT stack and most likely mic'd with a FET 47, we get the solid foundation of the song, acting as the perfect glue between Dave's drumming and guitar parts. Now let's get to the star of the show, the insanely iconic guitar tones. As mentioned earlier, the intro was played through Dave's rig, the same exact setup and sound he used for the overdriven parts, just with the guitar volume turned down, and of course mic'd up with the unusual static JT40 to get the lo-fi tone. When we get to the distorted parts, everything changes. Dave's running his Gibson RD into his blonde Tone Master, cranked up through a Mesa Boogie cab to get that iconic Waller sound guitar part. while second guitarist Pat Smear, who was also in Nirvana, is using his famous Hagstrom guitar, running through what is referred to as Cobain's live rig, a Mesa Boogie preamp through a Crown 1000 watt power amp into a Marshall cab, which incidentally sounded really good but was constantly blowing the speakers out of the cab. Pat's guitar parts are on the right of the stereo image and Dave's are on the left. Pat's guitar part is much more mid-focused, which totally complements the sound of Dave's Fender Tone Master Drive sound. Now, Foo Fighters just wouldn't be Foo Fighters without Dave Grohl's iconic lead vocal lines. Double tracking himself throughout the song and singing through a U67 tube condenser mic to lay down some of the best vocal lines in rock history.
And I wonder, when I sing along with you, if everything could ever feel this real forever.
Everlong by Foo Fighters is still their most popular song, nearly 30 years later after the start of their career, and it's not a surprise. Why? Amazing drumming from Dave Grohl, solid rock foundation of Nate Mendel's bass playing, and the synergy between Dave and Pat's guitar parts makes this song a timeless 90s masterpiece. Oh yeah, don't forget Dave's legendary vocals as well. What song would you like me to do next? Let me know down in the comments and go and check out another video of mine. I'll see you next time.
You got to remember that, like, we can't be happy as a group unless we're happy as individuals, you know? So unless I'm connected with my inner person, alien self, then how can we all be?